Hey guys, Kiekeyz here, and if you have modded Breakpoint before, there is a 99.9% chance you've run into issues before. And that's why I made a few guides on how to mod the game here on the channel. But even with those, it might still be super technical and even daunting for most people. In this video, however, I'm going to try to showcase the absolutely easiest possible ways to get into modding Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Right off the bat, there are two options. One, Deef's modding starter essentials, which include everything you need to get started except the unlock everything mod. Number two, Smiley's version that features everything included in Deef's version, but also the unlock everything mod. Now, in this video, I'm going to run through modding Breakpoint using both versions of these files and include at the end an OG analog version. Kind of think about it like an updated version to my original mod guide that, I'll make some adjustments because there were definitely some things I should have emphasized a lot more in that first guide, and I'll be sure to do a better job in this one, because personally I still prefer to manually do my build tables and all of those different things when I'm modding my game. Maybe I just like the pain. So, I don't know, maybe that's why. Well, here we go. We're gonna go over on Nexus mods and we're gonna grab Deef's modding starter. This is kind of hard to say. We're gonna grab Deef's modding starter essentials. So these includes the pre-patch forge files, build tables, and also Deef's mod that allows you to play with vanilla players online while running mods, which I think Deef is such a genius to have figured this out. So all of those preliminary files are all baked in to this set of files that Deef has. You're still gonna need the Anvil toolkit to actually add your mods, so be sure to download the latest version of the Anvil toolkit as well. Alright, so once you download Anvil and the files from Deef, you're gonna need to now extract them. So you can either use WinRAR, 7-Zip, or any other software you have, or just use the built-in extractor that comes with Windows. So right click on each of these and then hit extract. After these are extracted, you can delete the zips. The next thing I like to do is to back up my vanilla forges that I'm gonna end up modding, and these are all the files that in my experience I have had to interact with for different mods. Data PC Forge, Data PC Extra Patch 01, Data PC Patch 01, Data PC Resources, Data PC Resources Patch 01, and also Data PC TGT World Map Bootstrap Split Patch 01. Names kind of long, but these in my experience have always been the different forges that I have interacted with for different mods. So usually I just like having a backup with all of these vanilla forges, so if anything happens I can just go back to vanilla and start from there. Alright, so if you don't have the space to do this, you can skip this step, to be honest, but it's always a good idea to have just the vanilla, so you don't have to, for example, delete forges and then have to verify files and have to re-download stuff. Alright, so this method saves me from having to do that at any given time. Now, in the file pack that Deef has, he so graciously added 2 vanilla files you can hold on to as backups, but you don't need them. The 2 main files you will need to do any modding, and these one actually have the build tables baked in, and the meta files are Data PC Patch 01 Forge and Data PC Resources Patch 01, and they also have the pre-patch Forge files as well. So copy and paste the files into your game directory and allow the files to be overwritten. Once that is done, all that's left is to start adding in your mods. All that's left now is to open up the Anvil toolkit, Head into settings and ensure that compression is off and set to 0. Link your game exe to Anvil, and I recommend modding Breakpoint with GRB exe, which we know is the DirectX version. You can still use Vulkan, but in my experience, if it's like there's a threshold that you reach when modding with Vulkan that the game just becomes unhappy and it starts to drop frames, and you know, some of you guys I'm sure have experienced that. Go ahead and double click here and open up the files for Breakpoint. So inside the Anvil, navigate down to Data PC Patch 01, which contains a very important file called Teammate. So just for the sake of the video, let's right click and hit unpack. Then you can either scroll down to around 23 or 24 to a file called Teammate, or you can just use Anvil's search bar to find it. Once you find the file, right click and hit unpack, or you can double click to unpack it. After we're done with this, we're gonna head up and unpack the next forge that we copied and pasted earlier, which is called Data PC Resources Patch 01. So we navigate to that. Then as usual, you can either double click or right click and hit unpack. Now it's time for us to start adding mods. I'm gonna do two of my favorite mods, the face gears mod and also the sling positions mod. Let's do the face gears mod first. So let's head to Nexus together, find face gears, and of course download it. Once downloaded, you know the drill. Extract it and you can delete the zip if you want to. Inside this mod are two folders. Most times when you see a folder that says main, it's referring to the teammate folder that we unpacked earlier. I say most times because there are some outlier scenarios when that's not the case, such as with the sling positions mod that we will do shortly. Another way to tell if a file goes inside teammate is if you see the .build table file type. These cannot go anywhere else. If you make the mistake and put a build table file outside of teammate, your game is going to crash. So please bear that in mind. With the UI folder, these usually go inside of resources. Now it doesn't say it here, but I like to just add notes for my personal pleasure. So I like to just go ahead and type resources on these on folders like these that doesn't expressively say it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put files where they need to go. Once we copy and paste files where they need to go, it's time to repack. So let's head back to Anvil and right click on teammate and repack it, allow it to finish. Then head up and repack both Data PC Patch 01 and Data PC Resources Patch 01. You can do them one by one or highlight both and repack them. Some people advise against doing this, but I have not run into any issues doing it this way. Just be patient and let things repack properly. Wait till you get the notification in the command console that it is finished before you move on to anything else. Alright, now that it's all done, let's move on to a mod that I know has given a number of people trouble because of the labeling of the folders. A rule of thumb when modding is to always read the description properly and also check the post section for tips from other players or maybe sticky notes from the mod author. So as you can see right away, the folder says main, yet it is not a build table file that's inside. In the comment section of the mod, the author made clarification that this file actually goes directly into data PC patch 01 and not inside teammate. So just be very aware of that with this mod. If you put this file into teammate, you're likely gonna get a crash to desktop. This file is gonna go directly into data PC patch 01, then copy and paste the other set of files into resources. Next, as you know, we head into Anvil, right click on repack forges. So we don't need to repack teammate this time since we didn't put any files inside a teammate. Now we're gonna head in game and we're gonna take a look at these two brand new mods we just installed. Right away, you can see the sling positions mod in action. To see the face gears mod, head into the face paint section because it replaces some of the face paints in game with actual gear. And just like that, you can see we have gear instead of face paints. As you can also see, a number of items are now locked for me because I removed the unlock everything mod. But that's okay. Once I reinstall it, all of these will be back open. Alright, so that's how you mod Breakpoint using Thief's file set. So now that I've walked you through that, we're gonna go back to vanilla. Now, how do I do that without reinstalling the game or verifying files? Do you remember those vanilla forges that I backed up earlier? Yep, those are gonna be key. So follow along. First thing you want to do is delete the extracted folder and also the backups folder that was created by Anvil, mainly because we manually backed up our files. So those are the ones that we're gonna need. Head into your folder that you created earlier. Mine is vanilla forges, and I'm just gonna copy and paste data PC patch 01 and data PC resources patch 01 into the game directory, and just like that, I am back to the vanilla game. Now we're gonna head back to Nexus and we're gonna grab Smiley's versions of files, which we established earlier includes the unlock everything mod. Now there are some risks with utilizing the unlock everything mod, as I'm sure you're aware. If you have not unlocked the optical camo from Operation Motherland, I don't recommend using this mod. It could lock you out of receiving that, so just bear that in mind. I recommend using this after you have completed that mission or those missions. All right, so download these files, and you know the drill. We extract, and now we're gonna copy and paste all of these files into your game directory. Just allow them to overwrite, and then we're basically gonna do the same steps that we did earlier. We're going to unpack data PC patch 01 with the Anvil toolkit, unpack teammate, unpack resources, and this time we're gonna use the same two mods that we used earlier. The only difference is that in this one we have the unlock everything mod also available. So you remember those face paints or face gears that were unavailable earlier? These are gonna be available with Smiley's set of files. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we're gonna repack. Repack teammate. Repack data PC patch 01. Repack resources. And now we're gonna head in game and take a look and see if all is up and running. As you can see, everything is now unlocked and we also have our mods fully operational. Now, just like that, I have shown you two of the absolute easiest ways to start modding Ghost Recon Breakpoint. For the last part of this video, I'm going to run through a more manual version, which again, this is kind of my preferred way to mod the game. I like to do my own build tables and all of that stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for this one. So I'm gonna start with the pre-patch forge files. Gonna get also all of the build tables. You need all 5 sets of build tables for these to work properly. Don't try to do just 3 or 2. You need all 5 sets. All right. Alright, once these are finished downloading, you know the drill. We need to extract all of these files one by one before we put them where they need to go. Let's do the pre-patch forge files first, since they are the largest. After that's done, we're gonna extract all 5 of the individual build tables. Once you're through with extracting all of these folders, you can feel free to delete all of the zipped files. Before we move on, let's bring our game back to vanilla by deleting both the extracted and backups folders found in your game directory. This will give us basically a clean slate and get rid of our previous modding session. After those are deleted, we head into our vanilla forges that we backed up from the start of this video and copy and paste all the forges that were changed by Smiley's mod pack. For me, all of these except the large data PC resources forge. And for any of you guys that use realistic reticles, you are familiar with this forge. Now we have our clean slate and we are ready to copy and paste our pre-patch forge files that we downloaded from Nexus. Once that's done, we head back into Anvil, find data PC patch 01, unpack it, and then unpack teammate. Now we're gonna copy and paste all 5 sets of build tables into our teammate folder and then repack it. Let's go. Just a reminder, all 5 sets are critical for your mods to work. Some sets share dependencies like helmets and NVGs, for example. So if you have one and not the other, some mods may crash your game. So just be sure to install all 5 if you mod with this method. After you are through with copy and pasting these, we're going to head back into Anvil and we're going to repack teammate, then data PC patch 01. Now, as we have done in the other methods, we're going to unpack data PC resources patch 01 in order to start modding. Now, I'm going to be using the same two mods I've been using all video to showcase that while this method has a few extra steps, it works just as good. Let's do face gears first. So we know, copy and paste files into their respective places. Now let's do the slings mod. I don't recommend doing too many mods before repacking. The most I've ever done back to back before is probably 2. Now I don't recommend doing more than 2, or just to be safe, repack your forges after every mod you add. It takes time, but as we say in Jamaica, it's better to be safe than sorry. After we're done repacking teammate, then data PC patch 01 and data PC resources patch 01, it's time to now head in game and see our mods in action. As expected, certain things are locked again since I don't have the unlock everything mod installed anymore, but don't worry about that. I'll use the method from my mod guide in the card to merge the unlock everything mod into the pre-patch forge files as I have done before. But yeah, as you can see, all is well and we are done. If you went on to find something helpful in this video, please be sure to drop a like rating on the video so more people can find this helpful guide. Drop a comment, and if you're looking for a way to support me and my efforts, the Buy My Coffee link is also there as a way to show your appreciation. Thanks so much guys for your usual support and for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Kiekeyz out and happy modding.